Welcome back to the news track. Hours before the Bhumi Pujan, the Congress, which had so far been silent on the Ram Temple, has welcomed the Bhumi Pujan. Uttar Pradesh General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi Vadra today said that she hopes that there will be a mandir and that it will be a great unifier. In Madhya Pradesh, State Congress Chief Kamal Nath conducted a Hanuman Puja and credited Rajiv Gandhi for starting the process which is culminating in this Bhumi Pujan.
Brother Shiv Bhakt, sister now declares her Ram Bhakti. Only hours now to go before the Ram Mandir begins to rise at Ayodhya, and with Prime Minister Narendra Modi as the unchallenged protagonist in the proceedings, the Congress has pushed the switch on its Ram Bhakti. Leading the Ram charge is Congress General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, where she declares Ram is everywhere.
सबके दाता राम हैं, गांधी के रघुपति राघव राजा राम, सबको सम्मति देने वाले हैं.
A statement that she left the Congress's chief spokesperson to read out. But setting the stage for Priyanka was a flurry of actions by other Congress leaders.
मैं अयोध्या में राम मंदिर निर्माण का स्वागत करता हूं. देशवासियों को इसकी बहुत दिनों से अपेक्षा और आकांक्षा थी. राम मंदिर का निर्माण हर भारतवासी की सहमति से हो रहा है.
Most notably Kamal Nath, who has saffronized his social media, declared Ram Lakshman Janki Jai Bolo Hanuman Ki and conducted a chanting of the Hanuman Chalisa. Another prominent Ram Bhakti flourish came from Congress leader and Member of Parliament Manish Tiwari, who broadcast a message wishing devotees on the occasion of the Ram Mandir Bhumi Pujan.
Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Rajman प्यारे सीता राम. राम मंदिर का भूमि पूजन होने जा रहा है. मैं सभी देशवासियों को और सभी श्रद्धालुओं को कोटि-कोटि बधाई देता हूं.
Even the sharp-tongued Digvijay Singh, who has led a series of recent assaults on the Prime Minister with regard to the timing of the Bhumi Pujan, has chosen now to sing the Ram tune, though with the caveat that it was Rajiv Gandhi who was the true initiator of the Mandir project. While Ram Bhakti can never be the preserve of any party or individual, this wave of messages from the Congress is clearly compelled by the Bhumi Pujan in Ayodhya. Congress MP Rahul Gandhi, who hasn't hesitated in the past to periodically project his Shiv Bhakti, has stayed conspicuously silent for the moment, letting his sister lead the charge for now. The grand old party's periodic quest for a little saffron continues. Bureau Report, India Today.
Joining us on the news track, showdown representing the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party, its Lok Sabha Member of Parliament and National Spokesperson Rajiv Pratap Rudy squaring off against him. From the Congress Party, its spokesperson Pawan Khera. And I want to quote, because when we look at what Priyanka Gandhi Vadra is saying today, what the UPA said, Mr. Khera, when your government was in power. This is on the 13th of September 2007, to rewind your memory and that of our viewers on the issue of the Setu Samudram shipping canal project, when the UPA said that you can't call the Setu Samudram formation a man-made structure. And I'll quote from what the Congress government told the Supreme Court. The contents of the Valmiki Ramayana, the Ramcharitramanas by Tulsidas and other mythological texts, which admittedly form an important part of ancient literature, cannot be said to be historical record to incontrovertibly prove the existence of the characters, the occurrence of the events which have been depicted. In the Supreme Court, Mr. Khera, when you were in power, you were questioning whether Lord Ram existed at all. From there to now heralding this grand moment, it seems your party has done a complete somersault.
Rahul, what happened in the Supreme Court vis-a-vis a particular project is a different debate. If you want, we can start talking about also how Mr. Mahesh Sharma, in the last tenure of Mr. Modi's government, in the House, questioned the existence of Sita. So all this debate we can go on and on and on about it. But if we are talking about the Congress's position on this contentious issue of Ayodhya, we are very clear. We have always been very, very consistent. Rahul, this is a country with diverse opinions, diverse beliefs, diverse religions. So if there is a dispute, how do you resolve the dispute? Number one, dialogue. And if dialogue fails, mediation. And if mediation also fails, then the court of law. That's been our position from day one.
But even in the court of law, Mr. Khera, and I want to quote to you what senior Congress leader Kapil Sibal said when he was appearing before the Supreme Court. He at that time was repeatedly pushing for a delay in the hearing of this case before the Supreme Court, making the point that this should be pushed till after the 2019 elections. The point that I'm trying to make is this, that unlike the BJP, unlike the Sangh Parivar and the Vishwa Hindu Parishad, which have been at the forefront, the Congress has forever been very tepid, very unsure of its position towards the Ram Temple. Now suddenly many in the Congress are doing Hanuman Puja, they're coming out and singing songs and bhajans, making it seem as if they're thrilled, when for the longest time you haven't been flag bearers for the cause.
Rahul, if a lawyer who also belongs to a political party goes and practices his law, you cannot equate his role as a politician with that of his role as a lawyer. Just as when late Mr. Arun Jaitley went and fought against the interests of the Bhopal gas victims, would you say that the BJP was opposed to the Bhopal gas victims? Or when Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad fights for Saharashri against all the victims of the Ponzi scheme, would you say the entire BJP is against the victims of the Ponzi scheme? No, you wouldn't, because a lawyer has his own job as a lawyer and the politician has a different role as a politician. So I don't think you should confuse the two at all, because I can give you 1,000 examples of lawyers from the BJP doing all kinds of cases.
But that's as far as the lawyers are concerned. In the Supreme Court, the Archaeological Survey of India, under your jurisdiction and your watch, did submit a report which said that Lord Ram is a fictional character. Anyway, we've heard from you. You've laid the context for this debate. Rajiv Pratap Rudy, now we're seeing, apart from, say, just the AIMIM and some odd fringe voices, the national parties rally around the cause. Are you hoping that the Bhumi Pujan tomorrow will herald a new chapter in India's civilizational history, as many are?
Well, something very brilliant happened this morning, and when I was watching the TV debate, and there was a flash that Priyanka has said Ram belongs to all, and that's wonderful. That's the change of heart. And I think you must give them that benefit, at least because this is what the nation wants. And I'm sure many congressmen who may not have spoken so far, they would want to be part of the celebrations, and I do not know about Mr. Khera whether he would like to be a part of the celebrations, because it's his religion and his own personal choice and his professional requirement to speak as a spokesperson of the Congress party, as he talked about Arun Jaitley and Ravi Shankar Prasad. But for all of us, and including me, because I have a mother who is about 88, 89, and she's been watching all this, and she says she will be on the TV. She has to go to the hospital tomorrow, but she says, no, I'll watch the show. So there is absolutely a good beginning, and I think a great sanity has prevailed on some leadership in the Congress party. But it's a very harsh statement to say sanity. I would not say sanity. I would say it's a thought process which possibly, due to political reasons, they were constrained to speak, maybe because of the compulsions of vote politics, compulsions of the dynamics of last 60 years, which possibly caused them to keep a stand.
Okay, but there are questions, Mr. Rudy, that the BJP needs to answer as well. And the primary question amongst those is that the likes of Lal Krishna Advani, Murli Manohar Joshi, who've been at the vanguard of the entire Ram Janmabhoomi movement, haven't been invited, which you can put down to age, but then there are so many others who are above the age of 65 who will be there tomorrow, so that doesn't fully explain it. And secondly, someone like a Deepak Chopra, who worked with L.K. Advani for the longest time, when he was asked about whether Mr. Advani has been invited, said nobody's called, nobody's invited. Surely the likes of Murli Manohar Joshi, Lal Krishna Advani should have been made to feel that they are part of this movement, because if the BJP sits where it does today, it is because it's sitting on the shoulders of the likes of Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Lal Krishna Advani, Murli Manohar Joshi, who've led the charge over the decades. Mr. Rudy.
Well, you see, political parties have a different role to perform. I was just wondering when Article 370 was being removed and what Sushma Swaraj, who had been campaigning the move for last 30 years, how she would have felt staying at home and seeing that event happen. She would have wanted to be there. So a political process, the systems decides. But here in this case, when you talk about some leaders, I do not have the list at all. But it must be the trust, the leadership. And please, for God's sake, don't say that it's the government who is making the list of invitees. And I'm sure in this COVID times with senior citizens and senior people, as you said, people beyond 65 are going. I would not know because I would be aware that lot of sadhu sants are going and a lot of senior people would be going. But actual list is not known to me. But having said that, I believe it will be one of the most happiest day for Dr. Joshi, Mr. Advani and all those who have been connected with this movement who may not be actually present there and the scores of people who had actually campaigned very extensively and intensely to see this happen across the world may not be there. So I'm sure with all this modern media...
Do you find, Pawan Khera, some political reason behind it? Or do you think it's, it's explained because they're down to age and you really don't want someone like Joshi ji or Advani ji to take that risk because if they are there, their bodies and because of how old they are highly susceptible to the virus and therefore, while of course they'll be thrilled that this moment is upon them, it's best that they watch virtually rather than being in Ayodhya on the moment.
Rahul, that's an internal matter of the BJP. I don't want to get into that. Having said that, this was a great opportunity for all of us to come together and seek a closure to the kind of politics that our country witnessed on the issue of something which I call a civilizational icon of Lord Ram. You cannot start using our civilizational icon to divide society. And therefore, I think what Priyanka Gandhi said today makes a lot of sense that, well, let's close this in a manner befitting to the stature of our civilizational icon called Ram. And in this, if the Prime Minister wants to place petty politics, so be it. It's his politics, his party. We don't want to get into that. If he doesn't want to invite Mr. Advani, who can ask him to, who can force him to invite Mr. Advani?
Okay, I don't want to spend too much time on the politics because this is a day where... Okay, very quick, final comments. Yes, sir.
My last word. You see, Mr. Khera gets upset with me, but he never starts a debate without making a comment on the Prime Minister and without making a statement about him. And that prompts us to make many statements against his leadership. I'll refrain from doing so today, but Mr. Khera, nothing ends without you talking about the Prime Minister, his petty politics and things like that. You'll have it back from me in the next time. Thank you.
This is a moment when everybody is looking forward to that grand Bhumi Pujan. That's where the nation's eyes are centered, and that's what we want to keep our focus on as well. And Rajiv Pratap Rudy, they're ending the debate saying, I'll get back to you, Mr. Khera, but we'll leave it for next time. Right now, let's just stay